families, Brother Agyei Tyehimba from Harlem Liberation School, where we teach Black people to wake up, clean up, and stand up. Few quick announcements before we begin. I'm really excited that this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be interviewing Brother Bomani Shakur from George Jackson University, radio and George Jackson University itself. This is a brother, a new African brother, who has put in many years of tireless service to the community. And I think he's the Minister of Education for the Republic of New Africa. He's doing big things. He's going to join us tonight, at 7, to discuss the history and the importance of Black August. And I'm hoping that you all will join us and you will learn that Black August has a lot of very good benefits and advantages for those of us who commemorate it and who practice it. Unlike Black History Month, it's a lot more activist oriented, which is one of the things I like about it. So join us at 7 p.m. here on Harlem Liberation School on YouTube to see that interview. It'll be about an hour from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Secondly, I'm very happy and pleased to announce that with the support of our community, 147 donations between February and yesterday, Harlem Liberation School's $10,000 fundraiser through GoFundMe to support the medical expenses, Brother Daruba bin Wahad, was successful. We reached the $10,000 mark, and some people are actually still giving money. So we're happy about that. And we're happy about that for a number of reasons. First, it shows what we can accomplish when we take initiative. So, for instance, if somebody say, hey, let's do a fundraiser, the $10,000, a lot of people go, oh, we can't do that. Nobody's going to give money. The only one way to prove it, disprove it, is to do it. Right? And what we found is our people came out strong for Brother Baba Daruba bin Wahad. For those of you who don't know who Baba Daruba bin Wahad is, you better ask somebody. Since I'm here, I'll tell you. Brother Daruba was a former Black Panther Party leader in New York. He was a co-founder of the Black Liberation Army, and he is a former, they call him political prisoner, but I believe he was more of a prisoner of war for his activities and for his beliefs. So he probably was a mixture of both, actually, prisoner of war and a political prisoner. And he also spent 19 years in prison for crimes he did not commit, had the wherewithal to find out about the counterintelligence program, got access to his records, the files on him, got 300,000 pages, family, of surveillance on himself and on the Black Panther Party in New York. You know, he was also part of the Panther 21. You know about that, him, Afeni Shakur, Jamal Joseph, and many others. So this is, and even in those 19 years in prison, he was still banging on imperialism, banging on this nefarious and malicious capitalism. He was banging on these things, even in lockup. And so we're very proud to be able to have assisted in helping him because he now has stage 4 cancer. I understand that cancer is a very painful disease or illness. I understand it causes great discomfort. So the fact that we're able to help him with his medical expenses, which are exorbitant, he's living in Africa, and he says the best treatments for cancer he's found are in Africa. And so he lives in Africa. He kind of lives in the United States at the same kind of commutes at different points in a year to see his family here. And when I heard of when he told me about his condition, man, I was like, man, we got to do something for our brother. We got to do something for this elder. And that's the perfect. So I want to thank all of you who donated money. all of you who maybe didn't donate money to the $10,000 campaign, but you shared the link and you encouraged other people to donate money. There's more than one way to help, family. So if you donated money or you just shared the link, we thank you. We definitely thank you. If you prayed for our good brother, if you meditated over him, we thank you, right? And it's a perfect segue to what we're talking about today: reciprocity, and why we need to see it in our Black liberation movement. Reciprocity, simply speaking, is the act of returning a good gesture or a favor, right? It's like a cycle. You get, you give, you get, and you give, and it becomes so regular and consistent. It's just like a cycle. It keeps going, right? Now, this was so important to our ancient ancestors. Particularly, I'm speaking of in Kemet, what the white man mistakenly refers to as Egypt, that in the principle of Mayat, one of the key principles was reciprocity built into that code of ethics. In other words, when we receive food from someone cooks for us, someone helps to clean the home, someone's teaching the babies, someone's fighting on our behalf, someone's advocating for us, someone's building institution, right? Someone's decorating, beautifying our environment. We don't just sit around as spectators and watch them and say, oh, wow, they're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. What we do to show appreciation, what we demonstrate through tangible action, is we reciprocate. We may not be good cooks. We may not be good cleaners. We may not be good at decor. We may not be the best institution builders. But reciprocity means you give back. So what you might do is say, you know what? You cook all the time. Let's take tonight off. You don't have to cook. Either I'll cook or we'll order something out or whatever. But that's reciprocity. That's a way of showing, not just because we're good at the I love you and you mean more than me, yeah. But love is not just a noun, it's a verb. Hence the expression, I love you. That's a verb, right? We think of love as the noun. We need to start thinking of it as a verb, right? If you love that which you love, you serve. That which you love, you protect. That which you love, you support. That which you love, you advance, right? And so reciprocity reminds us that we should be very uncomfortable with being in a position where we keep getting, we keep receiving, we keep people doing things for us that benefit us, and we're benefiting, and we're the benefactors, and we're happy, but we're not giving back. That's not cool. It's also not cool to think that there's only one way to give back, because some people hold you to their money. I did this. Okay, maybe somebody doesn't have money, so maybe what they do to give back, maybe they'll rub your feet, maybe they'll get you something to eat, maybe they'll take on some of your chores, whatever. So we can't be so single-minded on money is the end-all be-all of everything. Money is just one tool, one form of exchange that we can use to show reciprocity. And by showing reciprocity in our homes, in our organizations, in our communities, we build and we deepen already existing relationships. People begin to trust, wow, I didn't ask this person to do that. The person, I didn't even make a big deal about it. The person did this of their own free will. And that makes people feel valued. One of the big things we struggle with in our community, because of a 400 or 500-year-old campaign, an anti-Black propaganda campaign to make us think we are nothing, have nothing, and can be nothing. A lot of us struggle with issues of being affirmed, with issues of self-love and self-esteem. So when people do these beautiful things for us without having to be told, barked on, or asked, that level of reciprocity hopefully communicates to the people we're extending it to, we care about them. We see you, we value you, and take this token as an offering to show that I care about you. I care so much about you. I don't want to see you get burned out, overly exhausted, run down. I don't want to see you get overly burned. I don't want to see you do work and have no help. So my reciprocity demonstrates that. And that's really all I had to say, family. So this thing with the GoFundMe that Harlem Liberation School, my organization, did for Brother Deruba bin Wahad, we started in February of 2024. And yesterday, August 5th, I believe, we met our goal of raising $10,000 for our elder, giving him the money he needs to help with his medical expenses for his cancer he's dealing with, the treatments he has to get, and also the travel back and forth from where he is in Africa here to the States. I spoke to him yesterday. I informed him that, hey, Baba Deruba, we met the goal, all $10,000. All these people, gave money, about 140 74 donations, and he was really overcome with humility that people looked out for him like that. And I told him, man, it's only right. We can't put a real dollar amount. If we try to put a dollar amount on what to give you back, there wouldn't be enough money in the U.S. Treasury, right? This is just a token of our appreciation to say, man, we hope this helps with your expenses, right? But this is why it's important. And it's not just with our elders. We shouldn't have to wait for somebody who's older, maybe sick enough. You can show reciprocity to the mate that you're living with. That's your peer group. Friends who put you on to important life-changing information. Friends that may have had you eating better. Friends that may have stood up for you when people were attacking you unfairly. You can show reciprocity. One way you show reciprocity is by saying thank you. This is the simplest way. But when we say reciprocity, we mean to give back. You're replenishing, right? Because look, if somebody's constantly picking up where someone left off, there will be no gaps, right? Food is always going to get cooked. Chores will always be done. People will always be where they need to be because we're practicing reciprocity. It also demonstrates that we recognize that if it were not for you, there would be no me, that my existence on this planet is inextricably linked to and tied to your existence. It demonstrates that in a real way, which is a high spiritual concept, by the way, that we are community, that I don't exist on this planet by myself. Even if I'm the most independent person in the world, I am still dependent on others for compassion, companionship, camaraderie, certain favors, certain things we do. So the reciprocity piece is important. Too many of us, I spoke to 2 different people this year, I did a live on it, who told me that they're leaving the Black Liberation Movement. They're done, they're fed up, they're exhausted, whatever it is. I thought about that for days, what that meant, and how we should look at that. Pardon me as I drink a little coffee. It's delicious. Thank you to the Queen. And it saddened me because I think one of the reasons some people are leaving the Black Liberation Movement, some people saying, I don't want to be organized anymore. I don't want to make no calls. I don't want to put up no flyers. I don't want to create no campaigns for or against this or that. I don't want to participate in protests. I mean, I'm done, some people have said. And I think one of the reasons is they are burned out. They're exhausted. A lot of people spending money from their own pockets. A lot of people some of them are sick themselves, are physically not in the best shape, and they're out there at protests, and they're making protest signs, picket signs, and all this, getting the word out, constantly posting on their social media to inform us of events, and they don't feel valued. They don't feel anybody's watching. Nobody's been watching their live broadcast. Nobody's buying their books, buying their movies, whatever we vend. So some people take that personally, and they take it as what I'm doing doesn't matter. In fact, some people take it as I don't matter, and they drop off. They get burned out. They become frustrated. I'm not here to critique them. That's not my place. But I'm here to be empathetic to them, to say I can understand why people would get that frustrated. We have to practice reciprocity. No black man, woman, or child who's old enough to reason and understand should be comfortable receiving blessings and not giving any. Those days have to end today. We got to get rid of that type of thinking. We should be raising our people to know that you have a responsibility to make your home, your community, your people, your organizations better because you're in them, because you're part of them. They should be better, meaning everyone should be contributing what they can. To the degree that they can contribute, they should be contributing. You making big money, you should be contributing financially. You young and energetic and in perfect shape, you should be contributing your energy, your physical strength. You have amassed great learning and education and wisdom, you should be contributing your teaching, your lessons. But everyone can contribute something. And with that said, family, I want to thank you all for joining. And don't forget to tune in later today at 7 p.m. where I'll be interviewing our long-standing community organizer and activist, Brother Bomani Shakur. He's going to be breaking down all the particulars, the important things about Black August, because we're in August. This is Black August, and it's a revolutionary month, and he's going to break it all down tonight at 7 p.m. Hope to see you there, family. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to practice some reciprocity today. Peace and Black power.